Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estela.
And welcome to
Cafecito.
And Crime. So, hello everyone. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. How are you doing today, Cisterna?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Are you ready for Christmas?
I am. I'm kind of just sad that we're going to have a warm Christmas.
I know, dude. And then the past few weeks it had been so beautiful and cold and everything.
Or
fresh. At least fresh.
Yeah.
Pero it's going to be like 80 fucking
Close
degrees.
to 80.
And then like all day like fog. And then dense fog. I remember, do you remember that one year? It was for New Year's and it was so foggy that we couldn't drive home.
Yeah, I have a Snapchat of that.
And I think that it was really hot that week. I
think en la noche, but I remember I was going, I don't know where the fuck I was going in the morning. I think I was going to your house.
Probably.
And I have a Snapchat and it's like,
you can't see shit.
I can't see shit.
Yeah. And we were driving home that night, I remember. And I don't know for Christmas, though. I don't remember if it was the same for Christmas. But how many years ago was that? I was like 5?
Way before the pandemic.
So
the pandemic was 6 years ago.
Damn, shut up.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
Whoa. That just
puts things into perspective.
Perspective?
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe that. That's crazy. But so I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. So what do you have for us today? Where are we going?
Before we get into that, we will not have a new episode next week. It was just because, it's a new year. Kind of want to take some time off. And so Barbie will bring the first episode of 2026 the following week after that.
Yeah, I will be bringing the first episode of the year.
Okay, so for today's case, we are going to Middletown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, I don't think we've been in Pennsylvania.
Girl, I don't know. I don't know what states we've been to and what states we have not been to.
But you know what we're going to do? We're going to act like we haven't been to any of them and let's go again.
Yeah. Why not?
Because why not?
Yes.
So if you would like to come with us to where?
Middletown,
Pennsylvania. Go ahead and grab your cafecitos.
And let's get started. For the fun, random, interesting facts.
With an S.
We are going historic.
You have to. It's Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Middletown was founded in 1755 by George Fisher and was named Middletown for being the middle town or borough between Lancaster and Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
No way. You can't make this up.
Literally, they're like, why are we going to struggle for a name?
That's perfect.
Middletown.
You know what?
It's in the middle.
It's in the middle. And I feel like
I like it.
And you know what? Anybody from Middletown, if you're the middle child from Middletown, you're awesome.
Good for you.
That's awesome.
Number 2 is that in October 1774, President George Washington made his way to a tavern in Middletown that was on West Main Street, where he was entertained. I don't know what that means. Maybe he just went to have like a drink or something.
But what does it mean in the 1700s?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they were just having like a drink.
A drink or
it's a tavern.
I mean, what could you do? Entertain, play cards or something? Do they even have cards back then?
I don't know. Domino.
Let us know. What would people do in this?
Well, maybe you should look it up.
Maybe I should, but I couldn't. It'd be better for them to let us know. No,
so that was that.
Or like beer and stuff? Like, holy,
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Was it in the
1774.
Let me look it up. Okay, go ahead.
And then number 3, and lastly, Middletown is recorded as being a major supply depot for the army during the American Revolution.
Ooh, they would get all the
So maybe that's why George Washington stopped by, because
he was like, hey guys,
we're like, we need to get it together.
What's up? Y'all want to give me some knives?
And then it was recorded in the colonial records. They were like, hey, Middletown really, held us down for the supplies.
That is awesome because it's in the middle.
Yeah. And, they wrote it in the colonial records.
That is
in 1779.
Awesome. Yeah, that is
like,
awesome.
You guys are going in the books.
The claps for Middletown.
Yeah.
What would be the entertainment in the 1700s?
Late 17.
Late. Oh, would it make a difference?
I would think so because it was the American Revolution. Like we weren't,
I know.
Under England's thumb.
Music, dancing, live music, social dances, theater performances like ballet. I thought ballet too. Opera.
I don't think they would do that in a tavern.
Storytelling.
In a tavern.
Taverns and coffee houses. Taverns are social hubs. Drinks, games, gossip, and music.
Oh, there it is.
So basically, it was like the social media spot.
Okay, cool.
So cool. So I'm glad for him. I'm glad that he went over there and was like drinking coffee.
On Main Street.
On Main Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
So today's case,
all of them, sister. Ya, sabes que yo ya me cansé.
Just don't say it.
I'm just don't say it. Pobrecitos.
Okay.
Everybody pobrecito.
Yeah, everybody is. Truly.
Pobrecito.
But, so we'll begin today's case. It's about another family that is pretty much murdered.
A whole family.
Yeah, for the most part. It's a family of 4 and 3 get killed by the other one.
Damn.
By the 4th.
Okay. Let's go.
Jean Ann Bittman was born on December 8th of 1959 in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, to parents Joseph and Mariana or Mary Bittman.
Mary. Mm-hmm.
And then Joseph and Mary went on to have 5 girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My mom and shit.
Oh, for real?
My mom has 5.
When Jean grew up, she met and married Ernest Wholaver Jr., who had been born on April 23rd. And I thought of you because it's like close to your birthday.
Yeah.
In
Taurus
1960.
Queen. Oh, well, he was a king. Sorry.
He was not. In Pennsylvania.
Ah, shit. Taurus, not king. Fuck.
The couple went on to have 2 daughters. Victoria, who was known as Vicky, was born on December 27th of 1981. And then Elizabeth Ashley, who was called Izzy, who was born 6 years later on May 12th of 1987.
I like that, Izzy.
Yeah.
I have an Elizabeth, and she was born on the 26th, my little sister. And we call her, Liz.
Liz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, the Wholaver family, now a family of 4, settled down in Middletown, Pennsylvania, because se me hace que de ahí era Ernest. Mm-hmm. It is a small town with approximately 10,000 residents in 2002, which is when today's case took place. From the outside in, as we know, the Wholavers seemed like a regular family. Jean was described as a lovely person. She was very book smart, and she loved helping people out. In her career, she began working as an X-ray technician at the Harrisburg Hospital, and she was very described as very career-driven. Like she was very into her job.
Yeah. Oh, there's not. And when you love your job, when you love what you do, you love what you do, girl.
Yeah, and that's a good thing.
Amazing thing. Not only that, but I feel like whenever you do love your job, things go by faster and you enjoy things a lot more.
It doesn't feel like a job.
It doesn't feel like a job. I was gonna say when you said Harris. Something I was
Harrisburg?
I was like, dang, the Harris County.
Ernest, I'm actually not sure what his occupation was, but he spent a lot of time with the girls at home cuando Jean was out working, and he would,
Stay-home dad vibes?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay.
Him with the girls, they did spend a lot of time outdoors, like they'd go out fishing and hunting, so he would spend a lot of time with his daughters.
I've never liked fishing, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do fish and hunt. But I don't know. I'm not a fisher.
Have you tried?
No.
Oh,
okay.
As the girls grew, Vicky was described as having a bubbly personality, and Izzy was warm and a sweet person, and she was also described as having like the best kind of laugh.
Imagine like Vicky and Izzy. Those are the cutest 2 names. Yeah. I love it.
Now, during the Christmas holiday, the Wholavers spent it with Jean's parents. Mm-hmm. So they would go to her side of the family, Joe and Mary in Johnstown, which was about a 2.5-hour drive from Middletown. It was where most of the girls met with their families.
Oh, imagine all of your cousins and everything.
Your siblings.
Yeah, and then your grandma making cookies and shit, Like, that is so cool. Like, we would make tamales, but they would make cookies,
Well, apparently... it was like a good time, and then Miss Mary, like she would like throw down in the kitchen.
Get it, girl.
Yeah, she would
Mary?
make a roast and a ham and lasagna.
Not the lasagna.
Girl,
I've never heard of lasagna on Christmas, but that sounds cool.
Yeah, ya se me antojó.
We should make lasagna.
It's too late.
Oh, okay.
We have a lot of food. We need to stop.
It's never enough.
And it was always a good time, of course. Like you spent it with all your family and just. Family and good food. I mean, ¿qué más quieres?
What do you want? not. It's going to be amazing
Yeah.
no matter what. And then you laugh and you watch movies. And then like we were talking about that one episode where the family, some of them were upstairs. Some of them were like, playing cards and that kind of.
The kids were outside.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
It's so
Some
awesome.
of the older kids were outside. You ves que se hace la bolita de los big kids and then the little kids,
You can't get in the big kid bolita.
No,
you can't. Sorry, you're not cool enough. And then they come over. Nadie quiere jugar conmigo.
Yeah. And on Christmas Day, because that was Christmas Eve. Empezaban on Christmas Eve. And then on
Like
Christmas
us.
Day, they'd open up presents, everybody in their PJs, all cozied up. And then it's Pennsylvania. So, they're having a white Christmas.
They're having a gorgeous Christmas. One day we're going to go on a white Christmas, sister. I put that on this universe.
Okay. However, in 2002, Christmas was going to look different than the previous years since Ernest and Jean, who had been married for over 20 years, had separated in the early part of the summer of that year.
Okay.
But while Ernest wasn't going to be around, there was an addition to the family that would definitely lift everyone's spirits this holiday season, and that was Vicky's 9-month-old daughter, Madison.
Aww.
And it was going to be her first Christmas.
Oh, adorable.
So cute.
And her name is Madison. I love everybody's names in this. This is cute.
I'm sure they call her Maddie.
That is so cute.
Sometimes también they called her Cassie, so I don't know if Cassie was her middle name.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Madison Cassandra.
No, Cassie.
I made it up. I made that up. Sorry.
Vicky's pregnancy was not planned. And when Jean initially found out, she wasn't happy. She was nervous for her daughter. I mean, to become a young mom, because I think she was 19, Vicky.
It's scary.
But now that the baby, ya cuando nace el bebé.
Cambia todo.
Yeah.
Cambia todo,
And
especially
it's a whole
if you
story.
are close to your daughter or if you have a good relationship with your daughter. And then once you see that baby, you're like, that's the daughter of my daughter. That's so amazing.
Yeah, and Jean loved that baby. Everybody loved the baby.
No,
and,
ya lo que quieres es ayudarle.
Yeah, and Jean was a great grandmother.
No, that is so sweet.
So December 24th arrived. Jean's parents and the rest of her family were waiting for their arrival. But time passed and they didn't arrive. This was very unlike them and they became worried. More so after they called the Wholaver home and no one answered.
Oh, wow.
And remember, it was a 2.5-hour drive.
Yeah, you don't just disappear like that. Well, in 2002, there was already phones, pero maybe they didn't have one. Pero como quiera, like, you don't...
Talking about cell phones.
Cell phones.
Yeah.
Pero como quiera, like, you don't just...
Not everybody had a cell phone.
If you've been expected to get there,
you do every year,
like, bro, ¿dónde están?
They were trying not to think the worst, but their minds went to a possible accident due to the icy roads or something along those lines.
They had ice?
The uneasy feeling didn't go away, and so Mary called the police and asked if there had been any accidents reported with a description of Jean's car and the route that they would have taken.
Wow.
Y le dijeron que no.
Oh, man.
I believe this actually caused more concern because if it wasn't an accident, what was keeping them?
Yeah, where are they? Pero también, like, I'm not trying to say que it wouldn't be an accident, pero like a lot of the times when you know that these people have driven the same way for years,
same route.
Like, ya te lo sabes, y si está like snowy, they're used to snow, like driving in that.
Snow,
not like us that we would not know how to drive, pero otra gente que they're like, oh, we're used to this. This is okay. So that would even be more scary. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
The worry grew exponentially by the following day, which is now Christmas Day, when they were still no signs of Jean and the girls.
Y pues tiene todo el roast y la lasagna y todo allí.
No, pero están las otras daughters.
Por
Remember,
eso
there were
digo,
5.
pero I'm just saying, like, everybody's there, and where are they?
Where are they? Like, you didn't even enjoy the day,
Girl, no, ¿te imaginas?
The Bittmans then decided to call the Middletown Police Department and ask for a welfare check to be performed at the Wholaver home that morning.
Yeah. Agree.
Sergeant Bob Gibler arrived at the 800 block of North Union, knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, and there was no answer.
Damn it.
So he peered through the window to see if he could get, or he could make out anything through through the blinds. And from the little glimpse that he got, he didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Like, it looked like everything was okay.
Normal, yeah.
Yeah. So as he made his way to the back of the house, he passed the garage and noticed that some of the garage windows were broken.
Oh, shit.
And he said that he didn't seem alarmed. Like, as soon as he saw it, he was like, whoa, I guess, I've broken a couple of garage door windows. Like a ball or something. He was
or even when your car, like, you accidentally hit it or something.
Yeah. So he said that, he was still going to check on the door, and he went to go lift it to make sure that it didn't like rise.
Yeah, because my sister Jackie one time, she thought she was Toledo and she drove into the garage door.
Oh shit.
So all we heard was like, and we all ran over there and it was Jackie in the car. So, I mean, it happens.
No, yeah. So he said that he was like, let me just check the door. Let me lift it up and to make sure that it's locked, and se alzó.
Oh no. Ay, qué dolor de estómago.
And then he knew that something was wrong because not only did the garage door go up, but the car was inside the garage.
Fuck. That means they never left. But why was the door open? Now there's so many thoughts.
He then checked the door that led into the house from the garage, and it was also open.
No había nadie en el carro.
No.
Okay.
He proceeded to yell, Middletown police, is anyone in here? Or is anybody, does anybody need help? No answer. So with his, he drew his gun and he made his way inside the home. And as he moved around into like an archway that led into the kitchen, he saw someone lying on the floor.
I know.
It was Jean.
Aww.
And she was lying kind of half propped up against a wall, and she was near a trash can. She had blood all over her shirt and over her head, and she felt cold to the touch. And Givler could tell that she was deceased, and so he called for backup. Another officer arrived within minutes, and they were going to clear the home when they heard a noise coming from upstairs.
Don't fuck with me.
So they cautiously, again, with their guns drawn, made their way to the second floor, thinking that they were going to catch the person who had done this, that maybe that person was still in the house. Instead of coming head to head with the assailant, they see a baby on the floor.
No, not the baby.
On the second floor hallway.
Not Madison.
But the baby, no estaba sola la baby. Like the baby was there and she was sitting in the crook of someone, on the floor, and the baby was holding onto her shirt. So immediately, the baby was crying. So the second officer, que había llegado as backup, he, picked up the baby and he went downstairs and he called for an ambulance. And Givler checked for any vital signs of, the woman that was on the floor, who, of course, was Vicky, and confirmed that she was deceased.
Oh, my goodness.
And he continued to look around the second.
So she was sitting up too?
No, ella estaba, she was full, on the floor.
On the floor.
Tirada. Okay. And then...
I was going to say, because if they're sitting up, it's because they were talking or they were standing up. Usually when they're, on the full on the floor, it's because they were either sitting down lower to the floor para que se acuesten all the way back, No. Pero I'm guessing, I don't know, it doesn't make a difference, but they were still deceased.
And he continued to look around the second floor to make sure that there was nobody up there. And in one of the bedrooms, when he went in, he found another body.
Oh, my goodness.
It was a girl lying on a bed in her PJs, also deceased, and it was Izzy. Mm-hmm. The rest of the home was cleared, and soon EMS and detectives arrived on the scene. So Detective David Schweitzer spoke to Givler, and he gave him a rundown of what he encountered when he initially arrived at the home. Schweitzer took a look at Jean's body first and noticed that she had a gunshot wound to the head.
Wow.
Yeah. Near Jean's body was a purse that appeared to have been sort of knocked over, and inside was a wallet that contained a driver's license, which confirmed to police that the woman was 43-year-old.
She was so young.
Wholaver, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is crazy. 43. That is young.
Yeah.
Wow.
The second victim was identified as 20-year-old Vicky.
Wow, that's crazy.
Who, again, was lying in the hallway and she was lying between, the threshold between the hallway and a bedroom.
Like she was walking out, from the room or something. And then that's where she was caught,
And she also had a gunshot wound to the head.
They were all this was executed.
Yeah.
Damn. He said, whoever did this said, I'm going to execute these people. That's crazy to me.
The third victim was identified as 15-year-old Izzy, who again was on the bed. And as I mentioned just a bit ago, like the other, she also had a gunshot wound, but hers was to the left eye.
Not the eye, Estela.
Due to the burn marks around the skin, they were able to conclude that it had been done at a very close range.
Yes.
And she also had burn patterns on her hands.
Donde she put her hands up?
Which let them know that she mostly was holding the barrel of the gun when it went off.
Wow.
Yeah.
She probably was like, stop, don't do it.
Or she was holding it. Yeah.
Trying to, yeah. Get it away from her. Or fighting the assailant. Yeah. All of that is just so fucked up. I just sat here and thought about it. So fucked up. Whoever it is, you're a piece of trash.
And I know we've done like cases, where families obviously get killed like during the holidays or get killed by another family member. And I mean, obviously my last episode was about, but
a massacre.
Oh my God. Like
how
this is just straight to the head, most likely like this close, you know?
And you could see whoever was going to kill you. I mean, obviously you were this close to him, depending on the gun and whatever it is, but still you could see the person and you can see them in the eye and you're still going to shoot these people that are your family member like crazy.
The 3 women appeared to have been shot with a small caliber pistol, and they each had...
Even worse.
It was literally just a single gunshot. That's it. Cada una, just one. After combing through the scene, the murder weapon was not found. What detectives did find was a forced entry into the home, which, the broken garage windows. But that wasn't the only thing. They found that the automatic garage door opener machine thing had been turned off. Like, tiene como una cuerda, like, can you manually pull it?
Yeah, es esa. I'm just showing her because I have one. Yeah. But my question to you is this, and I know that you probably are going to tell us this, pero like the windows, were they like these kind of windows? Yes. Or so it was just broken? So they probably broke it and then les tiraron a la cuerda, right? Okay, I got you. Because I was like, nobody fits through that.
No,
in my mind, like, you're not going to fit through that. ¿Cómo te vas a subir ahí? That was my mind thought. But okay, I get it now.
So to investigators, it let them know that whoever had done this was possibly someone who knew their way around the home. Like, who thinks to do that, right?
Yeah, of course.
And if that was the case, then the victims might have known their killer. Inside the home, one of the assisting crime detectives, he was, looking around, y le dio to pick up the phone. And there was no dial tone.
Ah, they cut the phone line too.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he went to check, to the back of the house, he located like a group of wires that you could tell had been straight cut. I think it was like 3 wires.
Damn, dude, like these people are fucking just cutting wires and shit. Like, what the fuck?
How do you like?
How? Oh, wow.
Disengaging the garage door opener.
Disengaging? I don't think that's the word.
So how do you...
I know it's something, but I don't think
I don't want to say dismembered.
No, dismembered, no, that's another thing.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it doesn't matter what the word is, but what I'm saying is like you went through long lengths to get inside of this home.
And you knew. So, I mean, cutting the phone lines, you knew that whoever did this, you wanted them, or, he wanted them not to be able to call for help.
Exactly. Yeah. You wanted them to stay inside that house. That's correct. Uh-huh.
Back in the kitchen, Schweitzer found that part of the coffee maker where one places the grounds was in the trash by where, like I mentioned, Jean was close to the trash. So based on this, he was able to surmise that Jean might have been throwing away the grounds to refill the coffee machine with fresh ones to make a pot of coffee, meaning that she and the girls must have been killed early in the morning on Christmas Eve.
Oh, my God.
Later, forensic pathologist Wayne K. Ross confirmed that Jean, Vicky, and Izzy were killed between 4 and 4:30 a.m.
Man, that's crazy.
So
what? She was up getting her coffee ready, Jean, ¿verdad? And then she's in the kitchen, está preparando su café, probably getting ready to drive to her parents' house. That's my thought. And because you said that that Izzy was wearing her PJs, and then the baby was upstairs. Yo creo que la andaban arreglando también para irse. They were like, okay, we're going to leave early, let's get up. And then somebody just comes in and shoots. I can't. It's just too much.
So based on, finding out when they had been killed, the time, that meant that baby Madison had been left alone for about 28 hours.
That's what I was about to say.
Before she was found.
Ay, baby, pobrecita. She was probably starving, toda hecha del baño. Imagine. Ay, no,
and then she was holding on to her mom's blouse.
Ay, no. Don't say that to me. You're going to make me cry. I'm emotional today.
She was mostly unharmed, because they did take her for a checkup. But she was treated for dehydration.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. 28 hours of no...
A 9-month-old.
I'm going to cry. I'm sorry. I'm going to cry.
Investigators began to look into who could have done this. And as is the case in most cases, they started looking at the now estranged husband of Jean and the girl's dad, Ernest.
The thing is, like, and I know that this is crazy, but why even kill anybody if you're not going to, like, he left the baby there or she, whatever, whoever. I mean, obviously we don't know.
Well, they left the baby.
But they left the baby there, right? So my thought is, okay, so you were going to kill, in that case, then don't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, I don't want you to say kill the baby too, but I'm just saying, like, don't kill anybody, because now you just left the baby there to
die, pretty much. Yeah.
You know, so basically you're like, oh, I'm not going to kill them, but I'm going to let them die.
Yeah. You still, were leaving her to die,
Exactly.
pretty much,
you imagine the poor baby just crying and crying the hambre? No, stop, not today.
You went there.
Yeah, I did. I just can't. My mind is just working about like this poor little baby just sitting there, like
next to her mom,
not knowing what's going on, and just because whoever this person did,
and thankfully, like, she didn't like crawl to like the staircase
or something,
or something,
or she would have she like ate something. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
They learned that the reason for the couple's separation, they started looking into Ernest, and they learned that the reason for the couple's separation was due to sexual allegations made by Vicky and Izzy against their dad.
Ay, no mames.
In July, Ernest was charged with multiple sexual offenses against his daughters. No. And after the charges were filed, a PFA was put in place, which is a protection from abuse order. He was obviously evicted from the home, and he was not allowed to go anywhere near the Wholaver home or speak to Jean, Vicky, or Izzy. And he was also prohibited from possessing and acquiring firearms. Ernest denied all allegations, obviously, of course, and he was out on bail. And at a preliminary hearing in August, Jean, Vicky, and Izzy testified against Ernest, where both Vicky and Izzy testified that they were afraid of their dad. And that case was due to go to trial in January of 2003.
Okay. So, I mean, the good thing is that la mamá was like,
fuck you.
Fuck your ass. Get your ass out of my fucking house, motherfucker.
And you're never gonna
be
near us again. Because there's cases where that doesn't happen.
It does not happen. Yeah. And the mom is like, no, he didn't do it. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
You fucking did it, and we're going to trial.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what,
Jean?
Police. You did the right thing, and R.I.P., but still, I mean.
I always like that name, Jean, because it reminds me of Jean from X-Men.
Jean from X-Men. I love Jean from X-Men.
Me too. So detectives made the 3-hour drive to Cambria County, where he was now living with his parents and his younger brother, Scott.
Okay.
In hopes of speaking to him.
So that's where he allegedly was staying what happened?
He was now staying there. It's not alleged. Like, he was living with his parents.
So after they put the restraining order, he obviously left the home, and then he was living with his parents. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay.
And this happened, remember, in early July.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it was that same day, on Christmas Day. They're like, we're going to make the drive. We have to talk to Ernest.
Yeah, we need to find out where he's at. Where are you, sir?
They called him, and he agreed to meet them at the local police station.
Oh, he's like, okay, I'll come in.
Yeah, I'll come in. His brother Scott drove him or whatever. Schweitzer spoke to Ernest, and he told Schweitzer that he knew about the murders and that he heard about them through relatives.
What?
And he did seem emotional when talking about it, and claimed that he had no idea when they were killed or who could have done it.
But I don't know, pero I'm not trying to be one of those people, pero you had time to get back, brother.
When asked where he was in the early hours of Christmas Eve, he stated that between 2 and 9 a.m. he was in the Cambria County mountains with his brother Scott. And I don't know if this is like a thing that they do there, but I'm pretty sure that it is. They were out spotting deer and coyotes.
Spotting them,
not hunting. No, spotting.
No, I
deer.
think that's
they do that.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know, because I'm not a hunter, but
or we don't have mountains. We don't have those kind of animals here.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, I think that's something that they do.
Yeah, obviously, because they were doing it. Yeah. So at the same time that they were, he was talking to Ernest, there were other investigators who were also talking to Scott and getting his story. It was the same as Ernest. He added that before going out spotting, they were out having a drink late on the 23rd. Mm-hmm, so, they were out having drinks.
He was with them, basically, is what he's saying.
Yeah, both of them were together. And after they left the bar, they made a stop at a Sheetz convenience store to pump gas and get snacks. And then they were, hey, let's go spotting now that we have like a little fuel in us or whatever. After the interviews, they, were allowed to leave because,
there was nothing on them.
Yeah. So detectives work on confirming those alibis that they had given. Mm-hmm. They followed up with the convenience store, hopefully.
The camera?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Hoping to get like a surveillance camera or, receipts or something,
yeah.
Yeah. So
like literal receipts.
Yeah, literal, yes.
Uh-huh.
So Schweitzer began to investigate who else could have been, involved? Okay, so
Yeah.
they're looking at Jean, but what about Vicky? And what about Izzy? Did they have any people?
Anybody that could want to hurt them.
Yeah, exactly. They just couldn't have tunnel vision on Ernest. Like,
No.
that never helps the case.
Yeah.
Next on the list as a person of interest was Madison's dad,
Okay.
a young man named Francisco Ramos, or they call him Frankie, so you'll always say Frankie.
Frankie.
Okay.
Hey.
Who lived in the Reading area, which was about an hour and a half from Middletown. When he and Vicky first began dating, they were infatuated with each other.
Obviously.
Yeah. And a short time later, she
They're
became
like
pregnant.
18, 17
Yeah.
years old. I mean, what do you do? Like,
Yeah.
but be infatuated.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking with the family members of Frankie, detectives learned that at times their relationship was tumultuous and sort of volatile. And it appeared that Frankie even questioned whether Madison was his daughter.
The frontal lobe was not, developed. We got to remember that.
The frontal lobe was not frontal lobing.
No, it wasn't frontal lobing at that time.
There were even a couple of instances where the police were called. Yeah. Though Frankie and Vicky were not together at the time of the murder, a DNA test had proven that he was Madison's dad.
Okay. So shut your mouth, motherfucker.
When the detectives questioned Frankie, he stated that he was not involved in the murders and he had been in the Reading area when they were killed. That Christmas Eve day, he said that he took his mom to work. He spent time with his girlfriend. He went to church.
Oh, he moved on.
Yeah,
he moved on.
went to church and,
Él
just...
dijo, I'm moving on, pero
I'm young.
I gotta find
do-
someone else. Okay,
yeah.
got you.
And his alibis were corroborated.
Okay.
And he was ruled out as a suspect.
Got you.
But he was able to provide detectives with some additional information. He told them that Vicky was dating somebody new.
Okay. Ella también. Moving on. I'm
Yeah.
young. We gotta go.
Yeah. A guy named Turner Higgins.
Okay.
Not Timmy Turner. From what detectives learned about Turner from Jean's family is that he seemed like a good guy and he was really good with baby Madison.
Oh, I love that. I really do. I love that even though they're young, he knows that she has a baby, and maybe in their mind they might not be together forever. But why
He's being good to the baby while they
why
are.
Even, Why
it's
even
not the
go
baby's
there?
fault.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
However, according to Turner's family, he and Vicky seemed to have like an on and off relationship.
También.
you know?
Okay.
And at the time that she was killed, they were not together. They were off. It was also suggested through the investigation that the reason Turner was good with baby Madison was that Vicky may have led Turner to believe that he was Madison's biological father.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking shit. Okay.
So Schweitzer learned that Turner had been employed in Middletown at a locksmith company. After Ernest was kicked out of the home, Jean wanted the locks changed, and she asked Turner to help them out. And he did, and he changed the locks of the house. Okay? So, could it be possible?
Pero también at the same time, he wouldn't change the locks of the house if he knew that he was going to do something to them. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Could it be possible that Turner found out that Madison wasn't his, got upset, wanted to hurt Vicky, and somehow ended up killing, Jean and Izzy, and then stages a scene to make it look like a break-in, when in reality, he was able to just get inside the house because he had the keys. It was possible.
I don't know. It's just the frontal lobe. I don't think the frontal lobe was that far along yet.
I mean,
you'd be surprised, but I don't know. I just don't feel like, I don't think it was Timmy Turner.
but you have to go down through all avenues.
You do,
You know.
obviously. Did they bring him in and ask him where he was at?
Of course. When detectives interviewed Turner, he stated that he was not involved and that at the time of the murders, he was at a family, Christmas gathering and went home afterwards. His alibi was validated through various interviews with family members and, he was also ruled out as a suspect. 2 days after the murders. So now we're 2 days after the murders.
Okay. And I sigh because I'm like, I want them to know already who did it and they can put him in jail and they can die.
Schweitzer decided to go back and look at family members and reached out to one of Jean's sisters, Michelle. hoping that she'd be able to
Give some.
tell them something different,
Something
you know,
different.
that, you know, maybe they forgot initially, or that could point them in the direction.
And did her family know everything that was going on with her husband? Like,
Yes.
they were aware.
Yes.
So was that their first thought, he did it? Or what was do you know if the family had like, oh, okay, they should go after him, or kind of know?
Well, they kind of believed so, just because everything that had been going on, and they can let investigators know, but investigators, like, yeah, like,
No,
we don't have
definitely.
to, like,
And the reason I'm asking is because, like, you and I, like, or for example, my sisters in Dallas, or, you know, even my best friend, there's certain things that I tell you guys about my relationship that, you know, you guys would be like, hey, you need to look at him. You know, something is not right. Obviously, everything is public record, you know, the whole thing with what happened and stuff. But I was just asking if maybe they were like, it's him. He had to have something to do with it.
yeah.
Like, for example, in our other cases where you know, they're like, no, it had to be him. Like last week when they were like, no, I know exactly who that was. I know, you know, but okay, never mind.
Michelle was able to provide additional information about Ernest as far as he went and the sexual molestation charges against him.
Yeah.
According to Michelle, months before the murders, Vicky called her, physically, hysterically crying, and she kept saying on the phone, it's happening to Izzy, it's happening to Izzy. He promised me that it wouldn't happen to her.
Oh, so she knew that it was happening to what's the older's name? Vicky, and now also Izzy?
After she managed to calm Vicky down, she asked her to, you know, calmly tell her who she was talking about or what she was talking about.
Didn't know what she was
she
talking
didn't know.
about.
Yeah. So she was like, who is this he that you're referring to? To which Vicky just replied, it's Dad.
So she called her tia basically and said, hey, Dad is doing this to my sister.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Imagine like the
Like,
what she felt. Like, she was trying to protect her sister, and then she said, he told me he wasn't good. So she told her not to. Oh my God, I don't want to hear this.
Vicky then revealed to her aunt Michelle that for a long time she had kept a secret.
Oh my goodness. Pobrecita.
That when she was a teenager, she was continuously sexually molested by her dad, and that he told her that if she kept it a secret and didn't tell anyone, he wouldn't do it to Izzy.
You know what? He needs to be in the
And so she never told anyone because she thought that she was protecting her sister.
The depths of fucking
The
hell. Like, that's where he needs to be. Motherfucker.
I never can understand how a parent does that to their child.
Well, remember, a side note. So do you remember that I tell you that if you want to listen to some cool, I don't know why, for some reason, like the videos on Facebook hit. I don't go on Facebook because I don't really
Use it.
I don't use it, but I'll go in there to kind of look at the videos. And one of them was this girl that she had been, she said, this was the saddest thing, Estela. I cried because she said that every time that her dad was coming to sexually abuse her in the middle of the night, she would cover her dolls' faces.
Oh.
So that her dolls wouldn't see what he would do to her, because she knew it was bad, but she didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
Because she was like 3 or like, I don't know, like little. So le tapaba los ojos. She's in Colombia. Y le tapaba los ojos a las monitas. And so then, because she was like, I didn't want them to see that.
Oh my God.
Can
That's
you imagine?
heartbreaking.
Like, and that was her father. And then she said that there was a list, and not just one or two, a list of children that this man abused of. And so then she went over there, and she was like, when I went in there, he was standing outside. And when I went in there to confront him, because she was like, I was going to confront him.
Yeah.
And she said when she went in there that he started screaming, help me, she wants to hurt me.
Bitch.
Motherfucker. And so then finally, to be really quick, apparently the girl was like, I'm never gonna see you, and I'm never coming back to this country until you are gone, like until you die, basically. And she said he never said I'm sorry. He never,
of course not, because he's not sorry.
They're really not. Like, that right there, like what you said, it's like, that doesn't fit in my head. How is it that you can bring this child, and how is it that you see them become,
or not even become
a baby? Next thing you know, they're and you have a sexual thought about these kids. Like, how? I don't understand.
No, I don't want to understand.
No, I really don't. I
hope you die.
This motherfucker needs to go into the acid, pero toes first.
Yeah,
because he needs to. Okay, sorry, I went on a tangent. I apologize.
I'm not sure How Vicky found out, honestly, how it was happening to Izzy. Like, I'm not sure.
Maybe Izzy le dijo.
I don't know, to be honest. But when she did find out, that's when they both decided to come forward. And again, he denied all charges. And that case, again, was due to go to trial in January of 2003, which was in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, in a weeks. I'm not in a week, dude. If it was Christmas, it's a week.
But it's not going to be on the
obviously
first.
it wasn't going to be on the first, but you know.
So, a motive?
You think?
In learning this information, detectives were able to execute a search warrant for the Wholaver home in Cambria County and the vehicle, which was Scott's, but también Ernest was driving it también a la misma vez. They were hoping to find the murder weapon or any type of evidence that might have been removed from the crime scene, and it was going to now tie Ernest to the murders. They didn't really find
Anything in there?
anything that was like, he did it.
Yeah. But we also need to remember he is an avid hunter, so he could have thrown whatever it was in the fucking mountains. You never know.
But they did find a small notebook in the car, and in one of the pages it said, quote, "We were out spotting deer and coyote," end quote.
Oh. So he can remember.
Exactly. Because that was their alibis, remember?
Yeah, but you want to write...
Why would you write that down?
You know what? Because they're idiots. That's what they are. They're fucking idiots.
Detectives decided to talk to Ernest and Scott once again, and Ernest went first. Schweitzer truly believed now, up to this point, that it was Ernest who had, killed his family. I don't even want to call it his family. But so he tried to get Ernest to confess. However, in the middle of that process, someone came into the room and interrupted the interrogation. And notified him that Ernest's defense attorney for the sexual assault case was on the phone and was demanding to talk to his client.
Of course.
Ernest never said much in the first place, but after that call, he said he wanted a lawyer, and that was the end of that.
Yeah, of course.
Since Ernest was not going to provide any information, detectives hoped that Scott would. Estaba más chiquito.
He's younger.
He's younger. He's 28 or something like that. And then Ernest was...
No tan chiquito.
No, pues sí, todavía está developed. El frontal lobe.
Yes,
yes,
se me olvidó.
Now...
¿Cuántos años tenía él?
42.
Ernest? Oh my God, these are my age.
During his second interview, he recanted the same initial story. He kept to his story. Again, and we went out for drinks, made a convenience store, blah, 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 and then made some stops here and there. And then, we drove to spot deer and coyotes. Yeah. They were like, fuck. No está repitiendo la misma cantaleta. So they were like, we need to do something to get him to break a little bit, right? So they decided to lay out crime photos in front of him.
Oh, shit. You know what? You know what's wild to me? How his family... knowing what he did, I would have never let him come to my house. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck if you're my brother, my cousin, whatever you are. Bitch, you're not coming here after what you did to your children.
Yeah.
But that's my thought, obviously.
Your mentality, yeah,
obviously, everybody's different, and I'm a woman, and I know it makes it different. There's some guys that are
he has a mom.
Exactly.
Pero I wonder si a la mom le decía, dude, I didn't do it.
Dude, but
But you were supposed to,
bro,
you believe.
I'm sorry, but you know your children. I know what my son is capable of doing. I know exactly what my son is capable of doing, and that's why I do certain things a way that I do them. The same with my daughter. I know what her mentality will go up to. You know your family.
You know your kids.
So there's no way that he's telling me, no, it's a lie, whatever. But if you know that these children are saying this, why would you?
And this is your granddaughters that were killed, and your ex-daughter-in-law, and they had been together for plus 20 years.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I don't know how his brother is just oh yeah, let's go have drinks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So when Scott saw the pictures, he started to cry.
Yes, that's his family. Andale, finally somebody gives a shit about his family. Come on.
And he decided to tell them the truth, he said.
Yeah, you took too long, Scott.
According to Scott, they had gone out drinking.
Yeah.
And while doing so, Ernest le dijo that he wanted to go to Middletown because he wanted to go get his dog.
His dog?
D-O-G. Dog.
Okay. Pero
Scott knew.
But you know very well that you're not supposed to be around this family, bitch.
Yeah, and Scott knew this.
Okay.
Scott knew that there was a no contact order that prohibited Ernest from being near and speaking to Jean, Vicky, and Izzy. But somehow, quién sabe, I don't know if it was a drink. So why are you drinking and driving? Ernest convinced him to drive him to Middletown.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So he didn't drive by himself. Le dijo, llévame.
Yeah.
Hell no, this motherfucker.
They left to make the 3-hour drive sometime after midnight. And when they arrived, Ernest instructed Scott to park about a block away.
Bro, I would be like, we ain't little no more. We about to fight. I'm not doing this shit. I'm leaving.
I thought we were just going to have drinks.
Bro, like, I just came for margaritas.
Yeah.
Bitch.
That was you yesterday.
Me yesterday. I wish. I still didn't get any. But me and Randy, we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By this point, it was 4 a.m. Okay. Scott said that Ernest got out of the car.
So you said a little bit out after midnight. Yes, that's right. Okay,
Yeah,
4 a.m. It's like they're driving from here to Dallas, basically, right?
No, Dallas is 5 hours, bitch.
No, it's 4.
Or it depends where you go in Dallas.
Yes, pues. So then let's say that, so they got there around 4 a.m.
4 in the morning.
Park over here.
And a block away, pues.
Even
en
though-
la otra cuadra.
Even though you're just going to go in and get your dog.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Pero que he couldn't be seen, pues.
Okay.
He couldn't be seen.
Okay.
So Scott said that Ernest got out of the car and walked towards the home. Y ya no lo vio, right? He returned 5 to 10 minutes later. That's how quick he did this shit.
Well, I mean, he's a hunter. I'm not trying to be...
Nobody said he was he went hunting with his daughters and stuff.
Yeah, and you said he was a hunter and he was a fisher and he was out. And when
Spotting
you spot,
coyote.
it means...
You
When you're
know what you're
spotting,
looking
that means
at.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We assume.
We assume.
We don't know none
No,
of this.
I'm going to look it up.
Okay.
Not right now, but I will eventually.
Again, he returned 5 to 10 minutes later. He was out of breath and instructed Scott to drive. He told him, man, you wouldn't believe what I saw back there. Just get us out of here. Drive, drive, drive. As the two drove back to Cambria County, Scott tried to get Ernest to tell him what he said that he saw.
What did
He
you
was like,
see?
what did you
was
see?
so crazy that
Where's
you had
the
to
dog?
run? Yeah, exactly. Where the fuck is the dog?
But all Ernest would say is that he'd tell him later.
Okay.
So Ernest instructed Scott to continue driving past Cambria County, just
Okay.
keep driving north. And when they reached a remote area, Ernest told Scott to pull over.
Okay.
He got out, opened the door to the back seat, grabbed some things, and walked into the woods.
I told you.
When he returned to the car, he didn't appear to have what he had gotten out of the car,
with,
which is like guns.
Yeah, guns.
Yeah. Since the pistol was the smaller gun, and I think he had in the back, car or in the back of the car a shotgun and a pistol. Since the pistol was obviously the smaller gun, detectives believe that it was the murder weapon.
So my question is, so when he got off, did his brother never find out he got off with all of these guns?
No sé si los tienen en la cajuela, quién sabe.
No,
Pero
le dijo, hey, pop the trunk. Let me get this shit real quick. Like,
yeah.
I don't know about him. I think he knew more than he's saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. Pero I'm glad that he's speaking up, but I think that he knew a little bit more than what he's saying. Because there's no way you're going to be like, I just parked here y él se bajó y yo no me di cuenta. Bro.
I think obviously when you heard the news that they were killed, you knew.
You knew.
Yeah.
And then like, not only that, but when you pop a trunk, you're and all of these things.
Or if you have them in the back seat.
In the back seat, de aquí que las agar.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, where the fuck you going?
You don't need protection to go grab a dog.
Exactly. Not only that, but where are you going and why do you need all of that?
Yeah.
That's what me personally, as a avid scary person.
So if they found the smaller gun, they'd be able to arrest Ernest for the murders, right? Mm-hmm. And Scott was willing to cooperate. He said that he would drive with them to the area where they made the stops.
And not only that, but the good thing is that he had going for him was that ya estaba de día, so he could see because it was like 5, 6 in the morning or 4, whatever.
Since the wooded area where they had stopped was massive, many other detectives and cadets from the police academy and troopers all came out to help with the search. Hours passed. And they weren't finding anything. Imagine trying to find a gun in the woods.
It literally like
a pistol.
Like, which is this small.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, imagining. Because they were saying that it was a small caliber, gun or whatever. But it's como finding a needle in a haystack. Like, straight up.
But just as they were getting ready to give up and call it a day, a trooper, he looked down this specific crevice on the floor between some rocks and saw something orange.
I want somebody to come and ask me to be like to find evidence.
Like search.
Yeah, I would be a good searcher.
When he looked closer, it was a pistol. that was somewhat submerged in water, and the orange was rust que se le estaba haciendo arriba.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was bright. I'm going to find a picture and post it when we post about the episode, but
I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but that's God right there.
Yeah.
God was like, hey guys, it's right here.
after it was recovered, it was later identified as a .22 caliber revolver. The serial number was able to also be pulled from the gun, and after further research, they were able to trace it back to Ernest's mom's brother.
Oh, his tío.
To whom the gun had been sold to, which,
Okay.
like you just said, it was Ernest's uncle.
Okay.
Later ballistics were able to determine that that gun was used to kill Jean, Vicky, and Izzy. And detectives now, after finding all this information, were able now to sort of piece together what they believed happened the early morning on Christmas Eve. After arriving in Middletown at the Wholaver home, Ernest cut the phone lines. Went to cut the phone lines. He, broke the windows to the garage.
No wonder he broke the window to the garage because he couldn't get in.
Yeah.
Because he had no keys. They had changed the locks, everything. So él no se podía meter. So he needed to go in through that. Okay.
Yeah. And I guess, I don't know if he knew that door maybe no
la
didn't lock it.
Yeah.
Or something. And I'm pointing to Barbie's door that leads into her house.
No. And I'm all like,
Yeah.
the
That door right
there. And then I'm pointing at the garage door, the garage.
He made his way inside the house and waited for Jean to come down the stairs.
Yeah, because he knew she was going to wake up at
he
that
knew.
time.
Her routine. And in waited for her. As soon as Jean walked into the kitchen, he shot her.
It was a matter of minutes, too.
Yeah. Well, he made it back into the car by 5-10 minutes, bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Matter of minutes, maybe 2 or 3. By the time he went up, he said, "Pop, pop,"
Yeah. After the girls heard
and
the
it was
shot.
a single shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
After the girls heard the shot, they became alarmed. And Vicky must have ran into the room to get baby Madison. God, and as she was running into Izzy's room, that's when Ernest confronted her with the gun. And based on where she was shot on the head, it appeared that she crouched down to kind of shield her baby. And then that's when Ernest shot her. He then forced his way into Izzy's room, where it was believed that she was trying to hold the door closed.
No, she was fighting back.
Yeah.
She was fighting back.
She wasn't strong enough, obviously, to hold the door closed against Ernest. And then when he made his way inside the room, he pointed the gun at her head, and she grabbed the barrel to move it. And as soon as she did that, when she moved it, he pulled the trigger and he shot her.
Yeah, he was probably going to shoot her elsewhere in the head, but that's why he got her eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott was arrested and charged with the murders.
Yes, 100%. He needs to go to fucking jail.
He was later given a plea deal in exchange for his testimony against his brother,
His
Ernest.
mom needs to go, his dad, his grandma, everybody needs to go to jail.
In January of 2003, he pleaded guilty to third-degree murder and was sentenced to a maximum of 25 years in prison.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, Ernest, of course, was also arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. In addition to those charges, he was also charged with 1 count of burglary because he broke into the house, recklessly endangering another person, baby Madison, conspiracy to commit burglary, and obstruction of the administration of law.
Le valió madre la baby. Le valió madre la
Truly,
baby.
he pleaded not guilty.
Todavía.
He said not I.
Tu reputísima madre.
While in prison, awaiting his trial, detectives were notified by an inmate who was an informant that Ernest was reaching out to him regarding an assassin.
Who is he trying to kill now?
From West Virginia. Okay. Hold on, girl.
Girl.
He was planning to hire a hit on someone from jail.
From jail?
Yeah.
And he thinks nobody's going to find it? Okay.
He planned to use an inmate who, I guess, was about to get released. So when that inmate got released, he would kill Frankie Ramos.
What?
Madison's dad.
What the fuck?
Why Frankie?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the plan was to make Frankie's death look like a suicide, where he left a suicide note where he took responsibility for the murders.
Wow. You are a piece of fucking cockroaches.
Which in turn he believed would exonerate him from the murders, and he would be granted release.
Not only, you're a fucking, oh wow. You are sludge of the universe. Not only that, sludge probably is better than you. And then on top of that, you really think that that's how shit works?
You think that's going to get you relief?
You really think? Like, okay. Now I'm itching because I'm pissed. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Upon learning of Ernest's plots, detective reached out to the DEA and had an undercover agent pose as the assassin from West Virginia. Ernest and this undercover agent made contact through a phone call, and the call was recorded, of course.
Bruh, come on.
During the call, they were using like code words and stuff.
Oh,
and,
because he's so smart, dude. Like, wow.
Yeah, and they reached an agreement, to kill Frankie or whatever. And then the code word for Frankie was tank.
Yeah.
So during the call, the undercover agent said to Ernest, quote, "If you could give me the directions on where the tank is, I could probably get this thing taken care of this weekend." And Ernest was like, "Oh my God." Like literally so excited. And then he, the undercover.
Like, really? Really?
He was like, "Oh God." Like he was
This
like,
weekend?
Yeah.
Oh my
okay.
God. You.
No, wait. And then the undercover agent le dijo, "And you'll be out visiting grandbaby."
No, you're not going to get close
And then
to this.
Ernest told him thank you and that he owed him a handshake. Ew.
A handshake?
Yeah. Como gracias, señor. Gracias. Get your hand out of my
Get your
face.
fucking nasty ass hand out of my face.
The call was, of course, used as evidence in his trial for the murders,
And my deal is, what a stupid ass do you, and I know it's I'm laughing because I'm so upset.
Because he's so stupid.
But like, what an idiot to think, how do you, I wish that I was like a fly.
But do people not think that obviously calls get recorded.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they don't. So,
he thought that they were being slick because they were using code words.
Yeah, por eso, they're never going to find out because of Tank. Okay? But what I'm saying is, like, you really, I just wish I could figure out what they would think whenever they were like, "Oh, this was fake and you're an idiot and you said all of this." Like, I wish I knew, like, you looking stupid, Oh, God.
During the trial, the court consolidated the charges of the sexual offenses, murders, and solicitation for murder. Mm-hmm. And the prosecution made it clear that they were seeking the death penalty.
100%.
Yeah.
Do they have death penalty over there?
Obviously.
Okay, good.
In the end, he was found guilty of all 3 murders and criminal conspiracy, and not guilty on the sexual assault charges since they were never able to hear the testimonies from Vicky and Izzy.
Wow.
On August 31st of 2004, Ernest was sentenced to death. And today, in 2025, Ernest Wholaver is still sitting on death row and is serving his time at the State Correctional Institution in Somerset. The reason why he hasn't been executed is due to moratoriums, meaning temporary prohibition of execution set by state governors Tom Wolf and Josh Shapiro.
Oh yeah, I remember something like that they put on
a hold.
Yeah. Which I need them to unhold it real quick.
Just for him.
And then we'll
put it back.
We'll put it back. Yeah.
In 2024, there were 95 men on Pennsylvania's death row, with only 3 being placed on execution since 2020, according to ABC 27 News. And that is the case of the murder of Jean, Izzy, and Vicky Wholaver on Christmas Eve. Imagine. Poor family.
Waiting for them.
Christmas.
Waiting for them.
That's the one thing that they're always going to associate with Christmas, is that
their family never came. And I hope that the baby Madison is doing well.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I hope she didn't go to her dad, because her dad was an idiot too. But I feel like
hopefully he grew out of it.
Maybe his frontal lobe came together. Maybe she went to somebody else. But
like una de las hermanas
and the reason that he killed them, I know, and it's probably, you're probably gonna think that it's obvious. He didn't want them to go to trial because
sexual charges, sexually abusing them.
Sexually abused them.
Yeah.
Wow, this was a doozy.
Sorry about that. But
that made my stomach hurt. And right now I don't feel right, because I really want to see what this motherfucker looks like so that I can, he's on my list of the bad
list.
vibes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you so much for that. Let us know what you think about it. And if you'd like to follow us on Instagram, you can at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. And if you would like to download our episodes, leave us a review and or rate us, we would really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And you guys have a wonderful holidays. And we'll talk to you in the next one.
Bye.